Hey everyone, Miscboy is here. Thank you for tuning in. So today's video is going to be a little different. So this one I'm going to be voicing over on how I go through my blockout phase. So stay tuned. Alright, for this is going to be female blocked out. So a couple things to keep in mind is the insertion points of the muscles in anatomy. So this one I have a reference, like a book reference. The book that I was using for this one was called Anatomy for Sculpture or Sculptor. I'll put a link below to the book. So this one is going to be a process. So you can see I'm just using insert mesh brush with the little capsule, and I'm trying to get all the muscle insertion to look right. So this one is gonna be a lot of knowledge about bones and where the muscles come from and insert to. So this biceps or the arm, it's gonna be that way too. And I'm working on the hips, just duplicate that arm, make it to the legs. So I rarely append new geometry. I just duplicate off from the existing geometry. That way it's faster. Make sure that parts are interlocking, muscles are interlocking. That way it looks really natural. So this stage, I use only like move brush and snake hooks. I haven't touched my tablets at this point because I'm not sculpting. It's blocking out. So I want to keep the sculpting part for the next video. For this one, it's going to be really fast and pretty light block out from like low poly stuff. I'm still new to this, but from the past, I've been like drawing a lot of, figures, so I kind of have a background knowledge in how the muscles interlocking and the bones work. Some landmarks we need to take notes. So like you can see the knee on that model that I'm blocking out. So that knee is gonna be, I'm losing my words. But yeah, that knee is gonna be like right in between the two legs. I need to come up with a script, but yeah. So this is pretty casual. I just want to stay casual, not a long video. So that right there, I'm just measuring. It's around 7.5 hits. That's what I'm going for. It looks good on miniature, and I'm doing a pectoralis, trying to make a breast. Just making sure that it conforms to the ribcage. And what you're seeing is I'm trying to shape the breast. And that one I'm just making sure that parts are interlocking and make sense. This will be good in the long run because you can use this base model for any kind of female races you want to do. So this one I'm just blocking out a hand, start with a cube. Just trying to keep it pretty simple. Just default cubes, kind of ZBrush. I'm still using the same tool, same brush, move tool, and snake hooks. Just trying to get a hand in shapes. At this point, I use a standard brush to just dig in. By digging in, I mean like holding down Alt and then just sculpt it out. At this point, I'm still using mouse. I'm not using tablets. I know it's bad to sculpt with mouse, but for this early stage, I think it's pretty fast to use just the mouse. And you can see I'm trying to keep the orientation of all this geometry to be aligned with the normals. so I don't have any problem later on trying to align all these parts. Because if you don't keep the gizmo aligned with the geometry, you will have some problems trying to like straight out, or you know, trying to adjust angles of all these parts of the model. Yeah, right now just going through the foot. It looks like a duck's foot. That's intentional. I don't want to get into like the details at this point. So the duck foot would be very appropriate, in my opinion, of course. And just a simple finger, blocky, simple index finger, and just duplicate all of that and trying to do middle finger and ring finger, and then pinky. Pinky is the most tricky part of the hand because it's shorter than the rest of the fingers, and trying to find like insertion points back into the hand is pretty tricky. So I recommend looking a lot of reference on the hand, or just looking at your own hand. Looking at your own hand, that would help a lot too. Like I was looking at my own hand while I was doing this, and I realized that the legs are a little too short, so I went back and I import some scale shared by my buddy J Beef. He's pretty kind enough to share that scale, so I'm checking if the model is like 6 feet in scale, in height. Just doing a turnaround roughly, see if anything is out of place. That head is adjusting, and that's it. Let's look at this. So this render came straight out from Blender. I just use like simple render. And if you don't know what I'm doing or why am I here, so I have a Patreon, and yeah, this model is gonna be on the Patreon. Her name is Beatrix. Check it out. I'll put a link in the description. And we cannot end the video without a random checkmate. So I love chess. I love playing chess, and I love playing with all my friends, namely Reese Griffith. He's pretty good. He's kind of bullied me sometimes in chess, but that's okay. I'm still learning. I take it. And that's it. This is the end of the video. I hope you have a good week ahead of you. Good luck and take care. Bye.